Smooth. I tried to fade out the music, but here we go. Let me make sure I pause that. I'm going to set that music back a little bit. Hello, everyone. With some luck, I won't hear myself in the background. My partner's been nice and watching the stream live as well. I see we have, what's analytics say? 10 people. That's nice. Nice to see you all here. Hello, my name is Ben. A little bit about myself, because we don't do live streams very often, so we might as well introduce ourselves. I am originally from New Zealand, born in New Zealand, living in the Netherlands, also now Dutch. Yeah, and I've been contributing to the Techwerkers Coalition now, specifically the Dutch chapter now, for a good year, 2 or something. If you hear my cat in the background, we might be lucky. We might see her today, but we might not. But the point of this stream today, we're going to double check that everything is working. We have, with some luck, hopefully a camera that won't die. We have some goodies. We need to get some things out of the way. Everything's a little bit manual focus, but that just means everything's going to work. Famous last words. We can also see a little bit closer if we need to, because it is small parts. We're going to be watching this video made by the lovely Kit, who also said hi in the chat a moment ago. And then we're going to hopefully go and flash a device as well, which will be fun. Straight up question was how long is this stream going to take? Hoe lang zal die stream duren? It's probably going to be an hour, I guess, maybe less. I've watched the video already. Spoiler alert. Yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit shorter. It will be in English. My Dutch is okay. But yeah, I don't know. This is hopefully makes it accessible for lots of other people as well. Water. So, I'll do a small intro, I guess, as to what MeshCore is. It works on the LoRa network. We did a presentation, by we I mean the Techwerkers Coalition, along with Extinction Rebellion, did a short intro a little while ago. In short, your internet connection right now, you pay a provider for. That might go through some ISP, might be controlled. If your internet goes down, if your power goes down, then you might not have a means of communication. This is not a fear-mongering exercise, but it's just reality. And what we have in this box today is a little tiny electronic device, yes, also with a battery. And if my power goes out, I'll still be able to talk over the radio waves with some level of digital communication. So we'll be able to send messages. And with some luck today, I'll be able to send a message. I don't know. I'm being hopeful, but you never know. If it works out well, it's good. If it doesn't work, we improvise. One thing I know in advance, I might have to pull out a soldering iron. My battery connector is the battery connector. It doesn't look like it fits, but it looks like there's another battery connector in the box. So we might see some magic smoke come out, and we need to remember the magic smoke needs to stay inside the electronics. The magic smoke's the thing that makes it work. Anyway, enough faffing around. So what we're going to do today is we're going to play another YouTube video, and we're going to try and piece together things piece by piece. I will be very honest. I have not connected everything. I expect something to break today. We will see how that all goes. So, without any ado, we're going to watch this one. This one's in English. If you are Dutch and you want to watch the video in Dutch, it is also available in Dutch.
How to get started with long-range mesh network communication.
And just a microphone check, please. If there's anyone that says, hey, this is, if this is a little bit too quiet or something, let me know. I can turn it up.
In this video, I'll explain how you can get
I didn't
started
want to yell
with
over it.
long-range mesh network communication using a LoRa board and MeshCore. LoRa stands for long range. A LoRa board is a device that sends messages using radio waves, so you don't need the internet or a phone network for it to operate. On the board, I'll install MeshCore. MeshCore is open source software to control the LoRa board. Why choose MeshCore? There's other software options, but MeshCore currently works best in my experience.
Kit's being very nice there. A couple of people tried Meshtastic, which is the one that most people are common with. A couple of people we know, they struggled to find messages that could send to each other. MeshCore, they tried it, and within the first 5 minutes, they were sending messages to each other. So same technology in terms of LoRa, just a different firmware you're putting on the device. So
to follow along with this tutorial, you'll need a LoRa board. There's many different types of boards. Here I'm using the Heltec T114, which is a great model for both beginners and advanced users.
Exactly the same one we're doing today.
I'm using a USB-C to USB-A cable. A computer or a laptop with a USB port and an internet connection to download the software. A web browser. The browser should be Chrome or Brave because these browsers allow you to connect to your board via USB.
I did do a little bit of research into this. We'll talk about it once we get there.
And that's what I'll be using.
I will be using
a mobile phone with an internet
ungoogled Chromium
and Bluetooth. Here too, you only need the internet connection to install the software. So, first up, the Heltec T114. It arrived in a box like this.
I'll move to another scene so we can keep it in the corner. But yeah, we might as well show it at the same time. Why not? I might even go straight into close-up mode because we can. Oh, please excuse my dirty desk. The cat was jumping on it. Boom.
The board is a small computer about the size of half a bank card. It comes with a small antenna and a few cables. One is an antenna cable, the other are battery cables. I won't be using those in this tutorial.
I might.
And then there's these pins. You can use the pins to connect other devices to your board. I won't be using the pins in this tutorial either. Start by...
So the pins, for those that are familiar with Arduinos, I haven't, to be very honest, I'm a little bit familiar with electronics, but I have not played with this board at all. But yeah, they're expansion pins. Actually, I wonder, how are you even meant to solder those on? Normally speaking, you would, let's see if we can focus this. Oh, whiny cat in the background. So usually you put the pins in and then you would solder them in that tiny gap. Usually there wouldn't be a display on the front. So. Anyway, we don't need them, but just so you know.
By connecting the antenna. Take the antenna cable, that's the black cable with the copper end, and screw the large end of the antenna cable onto the antenna. Once the antenna is very small connector there, and this connector fits...
2 moments, I must have jumped it.
Once the antenna is connected, take the other end of the antenna cable. There's a very small connector there, and this connector fits onto that small socket at the end of your board.
I think you can, if I remember right. Maybe this is just a lock nut. Maybe not. Oh, I see what we're going to use it for later. I believe that we can unscrew these and then we can fix it onto something a little bit later. But hey, we'll see. I should just play the video.
It's a bit fiddly, so make sure the antenna is connected to the board. Why am I connecting the antenna first? Well, if you turn on the board without an antenna attached, it can...
Hold on, Kit. Okay, this is going to be hard to get anything in focus. I also have large hands. Oh, no. Oh, it's really fiddly. Okay, we take a different approach. We take an approach for people with big hands. We're going to focus the camera. We're going to find something. I knew I had my calipers for a good reason. I'm going to try and line it up and then find something that I can use to just press it down. Don't you just love electronics on a Thursday afternoon? Oh, scuffed. If I use some weird slang, that's just a New Zealander me coming out. Okay, I'm going to look a little bit closer. Probably going to get this out of focus a little bit. Let's just double check that it's doing the right thing. Wow, that's really hard. Harder than I thought it would be. 2 moments whilst I go and find some pliers. Now we won't need that. Electronics. If you have big hands and fingers, try and find someone with small hands. Just making sure I'm not doing something very dumb. You know, do you really want to set it up and break it on the same thing? Yeah, small screwdriver makes sense. I'm just going to put something in front of the camera. Wow. Okay. My God, that's Jason Bourne. We got him. Too many jokes. Okay, here we are. We can see that it is flush. Flush and fit. I might ask my partner, who is listening to me in the background, to just turn it down maybe a little tiny notch. I can hear myself. It's a little bit weird. Says the person who has monitor mode on their headphones and can hear themselves. Okay, got him. If anyone has hand clapping emojis, is that a thing that people do? Who knows? I'm old.
Overload the radio chip, because the signal won't have anywhere to go. So
That's a very important point I hear, by the way. I do have another piece of device handy on me somewhere. Where is it? I have a Heltec F1. They do really say attach your antenna, by the way. So this is worth it. If you don't do it, it might break it.
before you turn on the board, always make sure the antenna is connected. With the antenna connected to the board, you can now install the MeshCore software on your device. To install the MeshCore software on your board, you'll need a USB cable.
We can do
In
that.
this case, I'll use a USB-C to USB-A cable. Why USB-A? That also has to do with the risk of potentially overloading the board. Some USB-C ports are far too powerful, which can damage your board. USB-A should always have the right current, so it's safer. That's why I use this cable to power the board.
This is a really interesting point. I find it interesting. Like, in theory, it shouldn't have an issue, right? Because it's USB. It should negotiate it. And it should negotiate the right voltage. But, I mean, okay, the somewhat inexpensive boards. Hey, look. Well, that's handy. That's a cat. You didn't hear that you were going to get bonus cat this time. Kom fien. Fien. Kijk naar de camera. Right? Anyway, she's fluffy. She's annoying. She's exactly every kind of thing you want in a cat. Okay. But you need to come and you need to sit over here. People came to watch MeshCore, not to watch cats. I'm sure they're not worried about it. Yes. But hey. Come on. Yeah, no. You can't. I know that there's usually things on my desk and you can't sit there. And today you're using the privilege of weird situations, but hey, that's fine. Small tiny mention in the YouTube chat. I am keeping track a little bit, sort of. But yeah, Kit's answering the questions quite well and thorough. Kit-Techwerkers is the person who made this video that we're watching today. So they definitely know a lot more than I do. But yes, in this case, MeshCore and MeshTastic are non-compatible firmwares. They can't talk to each other. From my understanding of how MeshTastic works compared to MeshCore, MeshTastic is like every single device. So this device which we have here, today we're going to program it to be a companion device. But you can also program them to be repeaters. So you can expand the network. But since they have a single purpose, the repeaters will talk to each other and they'll try and do some location of where the last nodes were, which makes the network a lot more efficient. MeshTastic and other sorts is just extremely noisy, or it's less reliable. I'm not sure why exactly, but it does fire off to everyone, and everyone repeats it until it finds an end node. And as you can imagine, if you have a lot of nodes, that means that you have a lot of noise on the network. So, it's something definitely to keep in mind.
Plug the USB-C connector into the board's USB-C port.
Okay, so Derek's that's
Plug the USB-A part
comment.
into your computer. This can be a laptop or a PC.
I should mention, by the way, you don't have to watch the stream today. Nice, gezellig if you're here. But if you haven't watched the video, you can go and watch it as well. So we're going to plug it in.
If your computer is on, the board is powered and it will turn on immediately. As it turns on, the software that is pre-installed on the device will also start running. The lights also turn on, so it's working. As soon as the screen turns on, I see MeshTastic. MeshTastic is the default software installed on this board.
Slightly different menu. Welcome to MeshTastic. Click to navigate and long press to select or open a menu. It's a little bit hard to see. I'm sorry, I couldn't have a better focus on this.
But that is not the software I want to use.
Correct.
So, the next step is to prepare the board for installing new software. Press the button next to the USB cable twice.
I'm going to very double check and see what happens. Click to navigate, long press to select, or open a menu. Okay. Oh, maybe the top button is okay. We got it. Oh, that's really interesting. Why is it boot looping? It's not a touchscreen. That's good news. Click to navigate, long press to select, or open a menu. Okay, maybe the other button is the button. Let's just see. Oh, okay. That works. Select the LoRa region. Anyway, we're probably not going to need this. Oh, this is the... Okay. I'm sorry. I'm being an idiot. The bottom button. The bottom button is the reset button. So... Right. That's really dumb of me. Not of the board, of me. Okay. We hold down the top button and it goes down. We press button and it navigates. Important for us in the Netherlands. We want to be on 868 network. I believe Kid mentioned that. If not, they will mention it shortly. Oh, wow. Many different networks. Looks like we have China, Japan, ANZ, which might be Australian or Australian, New Zealand, ANZ. Anyway, what we're going to do is ignore everything that's happening. If you press it once, it resets. If you press it twice, it'll do it. I wanted to play with it, though. Okay. That's exactly what we need to do. Okay, I should be very clear. I am a person who likes to read and listen to the instructions and then probably break it by doing something completely different.
That's the button at the bottom, which shows a green light.
We got there in the end. Yes!
Once that's done, your board is ready to install fresh software.
Good news.
Go to your computer and open a web browser. I'll say it again, use Chrome, Chromium or Brave because you need a browser that can connect to your device through USB, and browsers such as Safari or Firefox can't do that. In your browser, go to the MeshCore website at flasher.meshcore.co.uk.
Here's one I had prepared earlier. Bear with me 2 moments. I will see if there's a way that I can make this the companion. I want to make sure that you can see it in the bottom corner when we're flashing it, because why not? Sorry, just doing some live editing of OBS overlays. Now we should be a lot more zoomed in. Hopefully that's better. You can hear the video in the background, but if you bear with me for 2 moments, I am going to, sorry about this, a little bit of messing around. We're going to copy the browser, and sorry for making this a little bit scuffed. We're going to paste a reference of the video. I just wanted to have it still playing in the background whilst we're going.
On that page, look for the name of the device, the Heltec T114. Select the Heltec.
I'll type it. Hilarious.
You'll see a list of options for the software that you want to install. Select Companion Bluetooth. This will prepare your board for sending messages via your phone. You'll do that later. Scroll down and select Flash. You'll see a menu where you can select the device that's connected to your computer. Here, it's the HT something.
So this, I need to be careful of, because I'm on a Linux machine and I usually have something plugged in to my machine. And I am fearing that it might be on. It could be one of those TTYs, the ACMO. I'm mildly worried that I might end up flashing something that is not the MeshCore device. So I am going to break from script, and I am going to very briefly just make sure that I'm not going to brick this. I doubt I'm going to brick this, but I want to unplug it, and I'm going to just double check and make sure it's the right one. And TTY ACMO, if I unplug it and then I double check and see what options I still have, then it should give me some level of confidence that I'm going to flash the right thing. We might need to double press and flash it again, but let's have a look. I have ACM 0. Don't follow what I'm doing. I am on a Linux machine. So I'm going to plug the device back in again. This should boot back into MeshTastic if I am going to guess well. Yes, it does. I'm going to, oh, shit. Try and press the button twice. Cool. We're in the flashing firmware. Let's just make sure you can see this properly because I am pushing it off the screen. I'm going to flash. Look, this time round came up with the same with the right name. So that just might be a my machine problem. But hey, if it doesn't show up the right name, you now know. You can unplug it, you can plug it back in, wait for MeshTastic to come up and double press the button again.
The section after the HT might be slightly different for you. Your computer will now install the software on your device. This won't take very long.
Let's go. Hey.
Flashing is now complete.
If I had to guess, it took just the same amount of time as what the video did.
Once the software is installed, your board will automatically reboot with the MeshCore software. That's what you want.
How important is this pin? Should I be showing this on screen? That's probably fine. We're going to go back to overhead close-up. Here we go.
You now no longer need to keep your board connected to your computer. You can power it via a standard USB-A adapter plugged into a regular wall socket. This way you can use your board wherever you want around the house. Alright, you now have a working board. It's now connecting to the mesh network. But
let me very quickly plug it in to a wall socket. Here's something I prepared earlier. I got two different power adapters. These are some very old USB-A power adapters. This one on the right, 0.6 amps. Wait, 0.6 amps usage, sorry. Output is going to be 1 amp. 1 amp at 5 volt. That's okay, but that's still old by any real means. This one here, I don't think I'm going to be able to see the output on the camera properly for you there, but this is 5 volt at 0.5 amps. This is very old. I'm going to use this. These devices are meant to sip power. They're not meant to do anything in terms of costing any amounts of energy. I have a power board off to the side, so please excuse me whilst I plug the same cable in. You'll have to trust me on that one. Hip, hip, hip. Uno, pluggo. Go gadget. Okay, team, we're building this thing together. Write down this pin. 140598. If you know where I live, you probably can connect to it. All right. Pin changes every time you reboot the board. Nice. You know what my real guess is? I didn't suspect it's going to be a volatile thing to have. This is the, what do you want to call it? This is going to be the Bluetooth pairing pin. My guess. My guess.
There is no keyboard on the device, so you can't write a message on it. Let's change that. You'll use a mobile phone to write messages.
Hell yeah, I want that red thing.
Connect your board to your mobile phone. You can do this using the MeshCore app via Bluetooth.
Now, here, if you happen to know who I am and you send me a message on Discord, it'll show up on screen right now, won't it? Okie dokie. I'm going to install the MeshCore app.
Let's install the MeshCore app. Get your mobile phone and go to your app store.
What I'm curious about, every now and again I've been trying to use alternative app stores. For example, F-Droid. I wonder if it exists in there. It'd be kind of cool if it did. You know, if it exists, it exists. What? Search. MeshCore. No, they only publish it on Google Play. Oh well. Apologies for things being out of focus every now and again. The f-stop on this camera is a little bit shallow. Hey, look. Comrade Kurwa. I hear that's a Polish swear. Subway Surfers. Keen? TikTok? No. MeshCore. I am going to double check and confirm with the Book of Armaments.
This is an Android phone, so I'm using the Play Store. But on other devices, you can also use a different app store, such as the Apple Store. Search for MeshCore. This is the MeshCore app. Click Install.
Wicked. So I was waiting to make sure that the icon's the same, making sure the downloads is the same. You know, generally speaking, it's going to be the right thing, right? But hey, let's not take risks. I don't like taking risks on streams. Let's go.
Depending on your operating system, you may now see different dialogues or nothing at all. I'll give MeshCore permission to use the network. Open the app. You can enable notifications.
To start the MeshCore, je melding stuurt. In Dutch means exactly the same thing that gets seen on screen there. Did you do this twice, and both on a Dutch operating system and also on an English one, Kit? Because, yo, that's cool.
Now connect the app to your board via Bluetooth. In the app, click Connect in the top right corner. Give your device permission to use Bluetooth.
Exactly the same thing you saw on the screen there from Kit. This is just in Dutch. You need to give it access to detect devices.
Your board is now listed.
Chill. I apologize for having such small text on my screen. I can fix that, but I'm not gonna. Ah, well. Oh. Okay. You know what? I thought it was going to be very quick to try and find it. Oh, it is. Dun, dun, dun. Yo, that's better. Oh, I hate it though. It's too big. Okay, here we go. This is much better.
Mine is called MeshCore 19C something. That name might be slightly different for you.
Love it.
Click on the name of your board. The app on your phone will then try to connect to it. Get your board again. A code should now appear on your board's screen. If your screen is off, press the top button once to turn it back on.
Right? What do we got? 14,598. 14,598. Thank you very much. 114. Sorry. 140,598. We're going to do that once more. Oh, it didn't like. I took too long to press the button. Ooh. Okay, I got an error message. We're going to ignore the error message and fire on. To be honest, I'm trying to go slowly to show each one of the steps, and that's probably where I am running into these issues. It does say that I can turn the device off and the Bluetooth off and on again, and then it might work. So we're going to try that as well. And let's be honest here. In all honesty, this has taken about 40 minutes. But the reason it's taken 40 minutes is because it's a me problem, not the thing problem. Waiting for the device to connect, not connecting. Turn off Bluetooth for 10 seconds and try again. We shall do that. Wow. Cool. I listened to Radio Lab. That's what you have learned from me today. We turned it off. We turn it back on again. Okay. Everyone likes to break things. What I'm going to do, I'm going to unplug my MeshCore and plug it back in again. Boop. At the same time, I'm just going to double check and see whether there is anything else in here. These are all shear cars. So it never actually connected. I'm also going to take this, get rid of it. We're going to open it again. So I took too long. That will be me. That'll be a Ben problem. We're going to turn it back on. MeshCore. Bluetooth companion. 290-523. 290-523. Okay. Boom. Hell yeah. Wicked. So, you see what I did there? I ran into an issue. I think I just took too long to put the Bluetooth code in, and then it denied it. This is going to be my guess. I don't know for certain.
Note the code on your board's screen and enter that code into the app on your phone.
We did
The
that.
app on your phone is now connected to your board via Bluetooth.
Wicked.
Your phone will now sync with your board. Before you can send or receive messages, you still need to set up your radio.
Cool.
Long-range mesh network communication works via radio signals. So you need to have the radio frequencies that people use here in Europe.
Europe.
Go to Settings, select Choose Preset, and then select EU UK Narrow.
Let me go back just a little bit. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted.
Choose Preset, and then select
Choose preset. EU, UK, narrow.
EU UK Narrow. Your
Wicked.
settings are now all sorted. Click
Cool.
the check mark to approve.
I assume this public key is the key for my device itself. Public key means fine. Good to be on screen. If it was private key, that would be bad. The scuffed text size is because I have two different variations of the text size on the screen. This is a me problem. This is not an app problem.
You're now ready to use your new MeshCore device. Send your first message. You can use the test channel for this. In your MeshCore app, go to Channels at the bottom of the screen.
Okay. So off the screen there, it did get a completion message. We do have channels. I'm going to go to a slightly wider angle because I am moving my phone up and down too much. And with some luck, this is actually okay.
Then click Settings in the top right corner. Select Add a channel and then join a hashtag.
Let me let me watch the video. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Select Add a channel.
Oh, there it is. Okay. No? Am I being dumb again? Ah, the triple dot icon. Whoops, that was me. Add channel.
And then join a hashtag
Join a hashtag channel.
Hashtag channels are public channels of which the name starts with a hash character. This public channel is called Test.
Okay. Seems like fairly valid.
People use it to send test messages. This is a QR code for the test channel. If you like to share a channel with someone, you can have them scan this code. Now, type your...
I'm not sure if you noticed, but that was exactly the same QR code with exactly the same secret key. So the channel itself is a public channel, but it's a secret. Who knows? Oh, hi.
Your first message and hit send. If all goes well, your message will now get picked up by other MeshCore devices.
Now, what I'm going to do, I live in a fairly well-insulated house, and I am near a window, but I am not near enough. Near an open window. So I'm going to see if I can just hold this by the window and see if this goes any. It says I'm connected to the network. Test. We're going to keep on moving forward, but I suspect that I have an issue with not having a repeater in range of my house.
such as repeaters. A repeater is a device that has the sole purpose of receiving messages from others and forwarding them to the rest of the network. That's very handy because that makes it possible for your message to travel quite far. This message has now been forwarded by 3 repeaters.
Yeah, I suspect that's
Will anyone read it? Yes.
We're going to try once more. I'm holding this out a very cold 0-degree window right now. I'm probably also doing a bit of bad manners, right? Yeah, I suspect. I know that there's a repeater at the end of my street. I do live on a top level on an apartment. But I do believe this is just a me problem. We're going to keep on going though, just in case.
I've got an answer. And that's it. You now have attached your Heltec T114 antenna, installed the MeshCore software, installed the MeshCore app, and sent your first message. Great job! You can now send and receive messages using long-range mesh network communication.
Wicked. So what we're going to do is spam, as people have suggested in the comments. No repeaters, no. Maybe have no antenna, TX2. Test is fine to spam. Oh, that sucks. Double check the radio settings. Are you getting messages in public? Good question. Boom, boom, boom. No. I suspected I was going to have this issue. I live on the end of an island, and the repeater is at the end of the island. And I am surrounded by concrete buildings. I'm going to smash that test again and see if it happens. Ooh, I'm holding my hand up high, and it's very cold. Cool, let's go and do that. I'm just seeing the names. Yeah, MeshCore about the foutert. Woot. I'm going to keep the window open, freeze a little bit. Don't worry, it's only extremely cold outside. Okay. You can also see if you're discovering other nodes. This is in the main menu, triple dots, discover nodes. Main menu, triple dots, discover contacts, internet map, 696618. European narrow, choose preset, going to double check. EU narrow 869618. EU UK narrow. Please click the check mark to resolve the settings. Yes. Holy settings plus. Okay. Saved settings. What I should have done is organized one of the other tech workers to just be sitting outside with a repeater. That would have been smart. We try again. We go again. Or we have a very large antenna cable. I'm assuming that this is not a good idea. It does have the same fitting. And I assume an extra long antenna will not make things any better. Okay, we go discover contacts. Back to MeshCore. No adverts received. If someone adverts, they will show up here. Is someone going to geolocate my house now? Weed. Just going to hold it next to the window. So, the situation of how my apartment works. I have north-facing. My apartment's north-south facing. To this side of me is east. Is the east window. I know that there's a repeater that way at the end of the island. However, I do know that there's probably some concrete buildings in between, and some pretty hefty concrete buildings. So I suspect that's mildly the issue that I'm having here. But hey, with everything, there's always opportunities, and by opportunities, I mean I can always put a repeater on the top of my house and solve all my problems. Yeah, I suspect that I'm just out of what they call SOL, shit out of luck. Okay. It's also worth checking the other sides of your house. I don't have reception in the computer room, but I could reach a repeater from the other side of the house. Curious, how long is the Bluetooth? Is it just like a standard Bluetooth range? I do have a north-facing window that might be a lot better, and I can go and run and plug it in. It's just normal Bluetooth, right? So it's going to be fine. I will try that. I'm going to go and see if I can find a extension cable. Oh, no, I do know. Okay, cool. What happens? What happens if I unplug the thing whilst I'm in the app? It's nice to test these things. I assume just turning the thing off is fine, right? Give me... Let me just see. Next episode is building a repeater. Absolutely. I don't think using a large antenna should be an issue. I probably shouldn't just try it. Okay. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to see if I can just use the existing antenna. I'm just going to put it into the window in the lounge, freeze my partners off. My partner's off. That's bad English. I'm going to try and freeze my partner. And hopefully she doesn't complain. I will be back. If it's not an 868 antenna, it could be bad. Yeah, okay. I do not believe that this is an 868 antenna. I got it on AliExpress for like $5. Nearest repeater some distance away. Okay, cool. I'm going to try this default one. I'm just going to go and throw it into wherever. I'm curious. I do have this bad boy. Is this antenna better? I'll let you debate about that whilst I go and plug this in. I can hear myself. All right. No. I'm not going outside. North-facing window. Very small north-facing window. Has it reconnected? All sorts of experimental antennas. I'm curious, why does it say the MeshCore has 90% battery when it's plugged into USB? I'm assuming it's just trying to figure out the USB voltage. It could also be a thing, by the way. Maybe that power adapter is shit. So discover contacts. No. Test. Spam. Sent. I am on the outskirts of Amsterdam. So, well, not the outskirts. I'm just on a very specifically like end part of Amsterdam. That's probably the reason why. Ooh. So many buttons. No, I think I might just be shit out of luck. SOL. Sol. For those that are clever, how do I know whether or not it's actually connected to the board? I didn't actually see. I was running around trying to put things outside my house. And whilst you're thinking of that one, what I'll do, I'm going to go and plug the same thing into using this power supply. Not that it should matter. And also going to try and throw this bad boy onto it. I'm curious. This thing, by the way, apparently is everyone's mesh companion. I'm curious. Do you want to today try and if it's disconnected, you can't see messages, so you're still connected right now. Thank you very much. If people want to see some live soldering to a lithium-ion battery, remember, chance of explosion, chance of fun. We can do that today. We can also do it on another stream. I am fine to do either. If I wasn't doing this right now, I'd be watching TV. I'm going to go and try these two. I'm going to unplug the device. It's probably going to disconnect. Why am I getting Twitch notifications? Anyway, I'm going to go and plug these two things in. I will be back in 2 moments. Hold on. I can do one thing better. Do. This button. Hey. There you go. Enjoy. It does look like it's exactly the same antenna. Live soldering. Ooh. You get to see poor soldering skills. It looks like it's exactly the same antenna, by the way. It's probably not exactly the same antenna. We send test. We see sent. MeshCore still 90%. No reverts. 100% battery. Is the music too loud, by the way? I'm happy to turn it both up and down and leave it in the background. It's royalty-free music. Spam. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be shit out of luck in terms of having signal. So instead of freezing my partner and then possibly being kicked out, I'm kidding. She didn't hear me say that, I think. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go grab it, bring it back. Might as well do some soldering. Back in 2 minutes. Yo, that is cold. Failed to sync message. That's cool. What I might do is go and say browser. Boom. Cool. That's expected. No longer have any connection because it is no longer connected. I will not solder this thing whilst it's live. I will not need to solder anything. That would be bad. On the device itself. That would be dumb. Doodle-doop. I believe there's Techwerkers on MeshCore, TECH. I think Kit or Marissa or Mars. I'm assuming I know who Mars is on this one. One of you three. I'm not sure if you want to broadcast it or not. Cool. Connected again. That's cool. So this is me problem. What I might do is try and not blow myself up. By the way, I will not show you my address because that would be bad. I have a packing slip. I do not know how much this cost. I have... Alright. I'll let you know how much all of this costs because it is... I mean, it's not super expensive, but at the same time, it's not the cheapest. You don't need to see my phone anymore for a little bit. Bear with me whilst I fix my phone. Whoa. I am always amazed at how people use their phones with massive text. I used to have bad eyes. Then I got laser eye therapy. So I haven't had to deal with that for a long period of time. If this music puts people to sleep and you can find any other sort of royalty-free music that I can play, I don't want to get a copyright strike on the Techwerkers channel. That would be bad. We're going to go to overhead. Here we got a battery. Sorry, I was checking how much this will cost. I got it from a store in the Netherlands called Techwerkers. Why does my email not want to load? Oh, that's... what? Techwerkers. This cost a grand whopping total. The board itself, which comes with the antenna cable and the antenna, was 28 euros. Sorry, 34 euros. Wait. Yeah, 34 euros 50, including the value-added tax, or BTV, as I like to call it here. The container, which is this thing with these extra connectors and cables, not including the battery connector, that was 5 euros 50, mass produced to all hell. The battery, which is a 500 milliamp hour, I know that other people have put bigger batteries into these things. This was 4 euros and 75 cents. I have a 3D printer. I also have some 18650 batteries somewhere. They are 3700 milliamp hours, which will go a lot further. But hey, that's how that works. I'm going to disconnect this. I'm going to show you some fun things. Here we go. Yeah, let's go full zoom. Okay. I'm going to do one better. Speaking of which, anyone in the Techwerkers, if you ever want to play with GPS, I have a GPS antenna with the same socket. It's a BNC or something like that, right? Tuned for GPS. I tried to use it on my Hack RF. There's algorithms for it, and it's amazing the signal to noise ratio that you have for GPS. You just can't see anything. Oh, I have a base for this, don't I? Yes, I do. Okay, if you're wondering what I'm doing, when someone has a 3D printer, they 3D print things. This is a USB webcam. We're going to see if I can plug this thing in, see if it still works. I want to see if we can show you the connectors on the board and the problem that we're going to have. My webcam is just a DSLR camera that I've got mounted above my desk and precariously, like, this thing could fall at any moment. No, it won't, but it's apparently not going to zoom in enough, so yes. Okay. Now, 2 moments. Duplicate. We go microscope. Get rid of the overhead camera. We add a microscope camera. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm way too excited about this. Because we now have the ability to look at this board up very, very close. Let's see if I can zoom out as much as possible. Or is that in as much as possible? On the board itself, it has some writing. Can't seem to join the channel. I think it's password protected, not public. It should be a regular hashtag channel. Maybe try again. Okay. Yeah, some issues. Okay. Let me try and see if I can put this up the right way. Oh. Somewhat annoying. Okay, on this board. Let me just go to the regular overhead for a moment. On this board, what I'm going to try and show you is that there's these 2 little sockets here, left and right. I was looking at this before I was going to go and stream this. I kind of can't. Can I make this any closer? Okay, it's very hard to see, which is why I got the microscope out. on the left-hand side it says V Solar, and the other one says V Bat. So let me hide the browser. Number one, we go to microscope, and then we can see, if you're very good at reading, you can see V Solar and V, and it says hat. Is it hat or bat? Bats? I mean, I assume bat. Next thing, someone was saying, I think it was Marissa, that the connector is actually not mounted with the right polarity. So you can see here the left. I'm not going to be able to point to this. How can I point to this? Soldering iron. This is the plus, this is the minus. And what someone was saying, I think it was Marissa, was saying that this is actually the wrong way around for the cable. So let's have a look. I want to try and get this battery cable. Yo, this is going to be a pain. Because red is always positive. Am I being daft? Okay, no, this is fine. Once again, a little bit fiddly. Sorry, I did that a little bit off camera, but okay, that's fine. So what I was saying is that the plus, you might be able to see it here. It is on the good side. Red is plus. Some batteries though apparently don't have that. Let's double check this battery. Yeah. Wow. So we're lucky, right? I can imagine this going terribly wrong for some people. I am so glad that we had this. So if you have a look at this other battery cable, does anyone see the problem? These cables are pointed up the right direction. So the batteries, these cables are wired correctly or not correctly. This one is either wired correctly or not correctly. All we know is that we put them in reverse polarity. It'll either work or something won't be having fun. Techwerkers does have a secret key. I will let you know that the secret key, the chat stream is going to be recorded still. So. If you put it on the chat, that means it's no longer secret. It's secret for the people that were here, or the people that watch it back. I'm curious, if the secret key changes, can you change the secret key? Do you have to just create a new channel? Do you have to re-invite everyone? Time to breaky. Got into internet down. Sweet. 2 channels. One is public, one with a secret key, but I'm not sharing secret keys in a YouTube chat. Smart. Very. My password is Hunter2, and if you know that reference, you are very old. All right, dry fit. How are you expected to put the antenna? Oh, this antenna feels a little bit more strange. Oh, you actually have to wind the bastard into it. That's interesting. Interesting. I'm not going to use the zoomed in camera for a lot of this. This is going to be very fiddly. Interesting. What I'm puzzling over is this MeshCore container doesn't have an open... Oh, there's the USB. Oh, weird. And by weird, probably very sensible. So you do have to mount this antenna inside the case. I'm not going to try and pull the case off. That feels like pain. This adding to the ambiance. Let's have a look. Might zoom, focus a little bit higher. Here we go. This has clips on the side of it. I am not very tempted to try and... Am I tempted? I am tempted. Does it have clips? It does not have clips. How does it hold itself in place? I guess you have to... I assume you just have to tape it shut? Or maybe there was a little bit of plastic here that broke off when I got this. Yeah, it'll be a tape job. The secret key will not be hunted too. Sorry, it's a bad joke. Bash.org. Very, very old website. Okay. What we're going to do... Also, I should not be a live streamer. I take things way too personally. The person that was complaining about me mansplaining... Kit, do you feel like I was mansplaining your video? I hope not. That's not what I intended to do. I'm going to dry fit this. Also, yeah, exactly. I also enjoy the fact that the person misgendered you as well. So, as in, you know, ignorance breeds ignorance. Ooh, probably more on the plastic bag re-screws. Oh, I wonder if that... Oh, different antenna cable. Oh, and screws for screwing it down. It's been a long week. Okay, I'm going to not do the dumb thing that I was about to try and do. See? This is why you do things on a live stream, because you would probably, like... To be honest, if I was not doing this on a live stream, I would probably be thinking a little bit more. Okay. Let's see. Wow. How likely am I to break this? Not very. That was very easy to pull off. That was like 10 times, 20 times easier than it was to put on. Also, please don't feel obligated to stay if you are have other things to do. It's gezellig. Gezellig. But also, yeah, it's a work night. It's a school night. I am kind of in fear that if I try and put this in without actually... do things on camera, Ben. Do things on camera. Oh, there's actually a... Wow, okay, that's pretty interesting. Okay, very hard to see this. However, I'll see if I can show it. They really thought about this when building these cases. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a flat spot on this. And why am I looking at that and going, wow? Because you have flat spot, who cares, right? Let's see if we can get a good focus. I don't think I'm going to be able to show this very well, but on this side, the threads on the antenna cable are flat. And why that's really clever is because that actually tells you exactly the orientation that you want to try and push this cable into this bit of plastic. Like, they thought about this. And, I mean, that's kind of expected, but still, they thought about that. I am not reading any instructions. I'm being a bit of a derp. I'm just going to squish all the grabby nuts with the springy nuts. Screw, screw, screw. I have pliers like right there, but you know, fingers are just like monkey pliers, you know. Ooh, yeah. Snow related. Yeah, if you're not getting any pings from your repeaters right now, that doesn't surprise me that you're not getting any pings. I was looking outside and I saw a whole bunch of very ineffective solar panels today. As in, they were covered in snow. I know this looks like monkey fisting, trying to like monkey fisted hands trying to put monkey fisted things on monkey fists. This connector was a little bit easier to put on this time. I probably don't need to do this right now, but I just wanted to like see if it looks nice and fits well. Cool. Specifically because I ordered a battery which I'm hoping fits. Because if that doesn't fit, then that would be less good. Cool. I'm getting very close to looking like the cool gang. So yeah, USB-C. The cool thing about these boards, apparently they have power. So like the idea of plugging a battery into just like any random microcontroller board, that's not a normal thing, right? Usually you have to have separate circuitry for doing the power modulation stuff and doing battery charging things. Yo, that fits. And I'm just gonna do it. One thing to be very conscious about, lithium-ion batteries. If you stab them, they go pop. Also, I could, for example, do this and try and cut both wires at the same time. Also, probably a less good idea. These are conductive. It could cause a short between the two. It's not going to kill the battery. But, you know, let's just not try and bridge those two wires and connect them at the same time, because I don't want to get in trouble. Zoomy up. Ciao, Andy. It was nice chatting. Techwerkers.nl, both the English and the Dutch version, if you do want to hang out. We don't accept managers, but there's a blurb as to why. I would explain it another day. But I am being very lazy. I have I like to solder a lot of things. And when you solder enough things, you start getting very lazy at stripping wires. Pop. Let's not put those two wires so very close together that they start shorting. Okie dokie dokie dokie. Let's just make sure I have everything, you know? It's not like lose things. That would be a bad idea. Cool. Partner who is watching me in the lounge, if you're bored, you can watch other things. I won't judge. Let me double check if I need to replace battery on camera. Battery, I was not very clever. I did not plug the thing in. No, it's like 20% battery. No, that's still fine. What were we doing? Soldering. Okay. This is not your standard USB-C cable. This is a USB-C cable that can deliver a whopping 80 watts worth of power. This is a very fun soldering iron because it just went from 20 degrees up to 300 in, what's that, 10 seconds? Yeah. One of the coolest soldering irons I've ever owned. And soldering irons are not typically one of those things that you think, cool, you know? It has pine seal. It's relatively cheap. It's $40, $50. It has its own firmware on it, the same way that you have a MeshCore has a firmware on it. It has a gyro in it. So if you leave it sitting flat for a little bit, it turns off, which is kind of cool. And then it heats up so very quickly that it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to do things semi-professionally. Is that the smaller tube? And by semi-professionally, I mean not super scuffed. I used to be the world of the people that just use insulation wire for a lot of this. I mean, insulation tape. I should say, I didn't mention, I'm going to do some soldering. He says, misplaced the solder. I need to rewind something into the spool. Lids. I'm also very bad with etiquette of soldering things. What I mean to say is enough fumes will kill you, but not enough fumes will just make you stronger. Cool. Alrighty. Sorry. I'm gonna stop apologizing on screen. This is my New Zealand sensibilities. I'm trying to say sorry all the time. You know what? This is way too much wire. Better more than less. I can always just wind it up. But I want to have more to solder on too because I don't trust myself. Yo, what did I do there? Why has that gone spastic? Okay, shortening the leads. These two are fine to short together because they are not connected to anything. Short leads. Oh, you're going to see me crouching over a bunch of table. That's a weird angle. Whatever. Now I have these, which are just these little sticky bits. Sometimes they're kind of handy. Bend everything a little bit closer. Tin the leads. Don't burn the fingers. Wow. I should do more soldering on stream. It never goes that well. And remember, kids, don't use naked flames around batteries. Some people buy expensive machines to do this. I may be a software developer that has some level of excess income, but I do not have enough to justify the 5 times a year I do some soldering to buy a heat gun. Sorry, it's a little bit hard to show exactly how that works, but this is heat shrink wrap. You just want to lick it with a flame, not with your tongue. No, but seriously, that was probably the best soldering I have done for years. Also, the thing that's probably a little bit dangerous, this stuff is a little bit sticky, of course, but it's obviously around solder quite often. The solder I'm using, is it leaded? Tin and lead. If I do a little bit of dumb things here, the reason is the lead. Every now and again, that works. You know what my problem was when I used to do a lot more soldering is I think I used to be soldering way too thick a wire gauge. Oh, sorry, that was completely out of focus, but I was soldering really thick wire gauge, and obviously that takes a lot more heat. And this thing, although very cool and can suck something like 90 watts or something, well, not 90 watts, 60 watts or something, it probably wasn't able to heat it up enough. Anyway, we have successfully soldered. This thing, you can actually turn it off by holding down the minus button, and it just slowly gets colder. You can also see what the temperature is. Handy. Unplug the bastard. We don't need it anymore. If you're wondering what this USB-C cable was, if it looks a little bit like a Mac charger, it is. It's just using a goddamn Apple Mac power thing. Obviously, we don't want to burn the cable. Also, the thing to be aware of with shrink tubing, I mean, if you're doing this, I would honestly do a little bit more research about the battery and make sure it has the right connector rather than like fixing your own battery connector onto it, because this is maybe a little bit dumb, like, and a lot of effort. If you don't have a soldering iron, you don't like soldering, don't do this. I'm sure batteries come with cables, and I'm sure the sockets on the end of these are standard. If they're not, find someone who knows how to solder. A lot more people know how to solder than what you think you would. Let's plug and play. What do we say? Bat was left. Red is positive. And it instantly gains power. That does not surprise me. Recent adverts? No. Frequency 968.816. Oh, cool. Ah. GPS off. Can't access GPS. How? This doesn't have a GPS chip in it. Surely. Attach my antenna. Oh, shit. You didn't see that. I didn't do that. It's all lies. Of course I didn't do that. Now, the good news is what I've heard. Total cope. Even this little wire coming out here has a small amount of impedance from what I remember. I think antennas are closed though, so the fact that it wasn't coupled at the end is probably not a good thing. But yeah. A small amount of time being on without a tuner probably won't kill it. If it does kill it, my own stupid fault. Don't do as I say and don't do as I do. Okay, like I really should have used a lot less wire. Like this really did not need to be this long. Interesting. Why would they put the battery connector facing the same direction as the rest of the things? Also, like, you could say that there might be a lot of feedback and interference from having all this wire looping around, but I am getting my ham license. And from what I am understanding, anyone that has a ham license, please correct me if I'm wrong here, but I do not believe I should get interference from it being DC voltage. Look at that. Oh, it's a thing of beauty, and that whole time was probably out of focus. Yo. Look. There's a battery in it. There's wire coiled around it. The extra wire, it was intentional. It was intentional because it adds springing. Oh, that's really clever. They really did think of everything here, didn't they? You can still access the buttons. Oh, holy. Oh, that's cool. Okay, don't be dumb like I ain't. Okay, don't do what I did. I almost lost these tiny little button inserts. Everything here is made to be the right size and shape. They really did think of a lot of things. This is incredible engineering for like €4. Holy moly. Sick. So that was very hard to show. But these little bits of plastic were hanging around. Being cool guys. Awesome. The screws are self-tapping. What that means is they're gonna bite into the plastic. Something to be aware of, I'm assuming. I want to put this down here. I don't want to be pressing the buttons though. Let's go full overhead close up. My life comes with a lot of sound effects. This is a classic iFixit kit, one of the small ones. I find it extremely handy. Skipping a little bit. Don't worry, that was just the lid of the iFixit. I think I need a slightly bigger screwdriver. Yeah, I did. Gonna install the screws on two opposite sides. And what I was saying about self-tapping, it's very, I find it very easy. I'm very ham-fisted with these sorts of tightening screws. That you can over-tighten them and then you'll strip the plastic. And when that happens, you cannot unstrip plastic. You can hot glue it, but it's also hard to unhot glue things. You only ever get so many chances in life. Why this one doesn't just want to squish in, who knows? Let's just assume that it's not screwing into anything that's very important. I have one tiny question for those that are still here that have these things. Finished products. How do you turn them off? Can you turn them off? Like, if I wanted to change the antenna, I'm going to have to turn it off. Yeah. Repeater works, just literally zero connection to anything else. Lamau. Okay, just gonna. You turn off the user menu, I believe. Just skip the last menu option or so. Okay. Oh, let's try that. The intent of the stream was just to be following the video. Glad that we could be for an hour and 45 minutes. Oh. I pressed the reset button. Herp-a-derp. Oh, it turns on much quicker than the other one. Recent adverts. Bluetooth, long press, advert long press, GPS. Oh yeah. Hibernate, long press. Hibernating. Cool. So as soon as it shows hibernating, you can turn it off. Yeah. I mean, look, portability doesn't require 5 volt. Works on one frequency, has 20 megahertz worth of frequency bandwidth. The reason why I was pulling this out, I just wanted to try this. This antenna that you get with the Hack RF1 is pretty decent. Like, well, I assume it's pretty decent. It is also massive. As an extendo whatso. Okay, turn it back on. Do you press the button? No? Do you hold it down? No? Do you press the reset button? Yes. I feel a little bit misguided. But look, we have battery. It's pointing out the window right now. Advert long press, GPS off, hibernate, message 0, recent adverts. What does recent adverts show? Nothing. Okay. We pull back the phone. I did change my screen text size, so apologies. Nope, that's not sure. Ooh. If you're interested, there is a band called Techwerkers, and their singer does live streams. Yest. Yest is way better than test. Zero message. Sent. Cool. Why does it feel like it's snowing on my hand? Okay. I think I'm shit out of luck with my house. Good news. I live on the top level. Better news. I can put a repeater on my roof. Oh wow. It's misty outside. The snow hasn't entirely melted yet. I'm holding my hand out the window right now. So yeah, I think I'm out of luck. The good news is, what if the internet goes down? That's why I'm getting a ham license as well. There it is. Solar 9's cold. Yes, we're going to absolutely do that, Kit. We're going to do a local trial meetup. I am also going to go for... I like to go for wanders in the evening. So I'm going to go for a wander through the neighborhood. It's 9:15. I think I can convince my pals to come with me inside as well. Let's try... sorry, I'm just kind of clean up a couple of little things here so then I can feel like I have accomplished something. Keyboard. Another USB camera. We could do a live stream where we look in my ear, because that's totally a normal thing to do. So many little antennas. I'm going to take this other little antenna with me. That one can stay on there. I should probably not leave it screwed in. Sorry, I'm just putting that back. Hoopa. This comes with me. Go away. I can also disappear. Okay. It's extremely satisfying where we're at. All right. With that, we successfully... I'm not about making everything a success. We successfully did set up... Whoa, focus. We did successfully set it up. Here we have it. With an extra different kind of antenna for now. We successfully did set it up. We connected it to the phone. It was fairly straightforward. If I summarize the entire thing, plug an antenna in, connect it to USB, open a website, search for something, press a button, flash it, open an app, download an app, open an app, pair it. That's pretty much it. Heyo. And that's pretty much all we needed to do to set this up. I didn't have any luck getting onto the mesh around my house, but to be honest, it's very much the location of my house. I have seen people using these, the Techwerkers, fellow Techwerkers, in real life, seen using these devices and it working, and it's pretty chill. Also, they were roaming, and what I mean by roaming is the repeaters are meant to be smart and know which mesh nodes they have connected to it. I was kind of surprised that they could do hopping and stuff as well. I think that is going to be it for this particular stream. A little bit of setting up, a little bit of soldering, a little bit of chatting. I'm just a tech worker. There's other people here. I think there is... Like, okay, YouTube gives me 4 numbers and doesn't say what each of those 4 numbers are. Concurrent viewers 10. Okay, so it's either something 10. I have a 9, a 3, a 53, and a 2450. Who knows what that is? Oh, concurrent viewers, chat rate, and the amount of views. That's what it is. Statistics. Massively gezellig. Vond ik ook. We can do another one in the future. I have the technology to actually add another person to the stream as well. And to broadcast it again. Also have virtual camera, so if we ever want to actually broadcast it live on YouTube but then just show it on Jitsi Meet to get it on less corporate networks, but still be able to have it accessible for people. That's also doable as well. If there's anything you want to contact us about, techwerkers.nl, Extinction Rebellion. I have not participated too much in the Extinction Rebellion stuff. 2 people from Extinction Rebellion joined the Techwerkers a little while ago and convinced a bunch of us to go and play with these things. I believe that is a mark in the channel. And super gezellig person. Love the accent as well. Kiwi accent. Bad. We can do one of these another time, but yeah, otherwise come and join us on our Discord. It's an ever-growing group of people that are trying to make the situation better in tech and trying to influence companies to think a little bit better about what they're doing. But yes, Damn Square this Saturday. Is there something happening this Saturday? There probably is. Comms for activists. Is that this? No, it's next Sunday. Oh, that's something else. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, if you want to see other things that we're doing, events.techwerkers.nl, come join us. Otherwise, massively gezellig. And we will see you all. There's always something damn square. We'll see you all next time. Peace.